What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Dantan Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Wednesday, April 15th, 2015, delivering some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, or on Twitter at The Enter Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. The third and final installment of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion didn't have a happy ending for Kim and Kylie Richards. The Spreaker sisters screamed, cried, yelled, and dropped bombshell revelations about each other on Tuesday's episode of The Bravo show, as the other women all jumped into the mix and made the family feud even worse. Kim said, I've been sober for 3 years. I don't appreciate the conversations behind my back, said about the ongoing debate over her sobriety. Kim and Kylie haven't spoken for months before being forced back together for the 3-part reunion special, and on Tuesday, viewers discovered why. Her daughter bit my daughter. Kylie revealed, referring to her sister's pit bull, Kingsley, attacking 18-year-old Alexia on Halloween. She decided to Instagram it and made a public display of it, Kim said, defending her beloved pet. I never said it was my sister's dog, Kylie claimed. This is not part of the show. You are horrible. That is why I don't like her. Kim fired back to host Andy Cohen and co-stars Brandi Glanville, Lisa Rinna, and Lisa Vanderpump. Kylie said, my daughter almost lost her hand. It infected the bone, revealing that the teen was on a drip for 5 days at a Los Angeles hospital. I never said it was my sister's dog. However, his sister believes she played up the canine confrontation for the sake of social media attention. Kim claimed, you need to make a big show about it because you want Instagram followers. She later accused Kylie of never having time for her and got the harsh reply of, I just don't like you very much. While Vanderpump told the sisters they would regret it if they don't get over their issues, even Glanville washed her hands of them and said it was batshit crazy. And in a related story, Real Housewives of New York star Bethany Frankel responded to the critics who chastised her over her homeless remark from the season 7 premiere of the Bravo reality series. During an interview with Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live, a caller asked Frankel to take back the comments, claiming they were insensitive. The Skinny Girl mogul responded by saying, I said I was the wealthiest homeless person. It was a pun. I don't actually think I'm homeless. Frankel also said her bluntness is what has endeared her to fans. She says, the truth is, I say things and that's why I was put on the show. If I filter and edit, then you would never like me. She also added, I have money, but I've gone through a very personal, difficult situation and not having any stability or consistency or a room that's regular for my daughter. Frankel said of her divorce from Jason Hoppy. She also added, this is my situation. No matter how many Benjamins I have, my pain is just as real as the callers. The April 7th season premiere of Real Housewives of New York, which saw Frankel return to the Bravo reality series after leaving to pursue other ventures, enjoyed a sizable ratings boost over last year's debut and helped push the network to its best Tuesday of the year. The Real Housewives of New York City season premiere drew 2.2 million total viewers, a 22% jump over the previous season premiere last March, according to the live 3-day numbers. In the 18 to 49 demographic most important to advertisers, the Real Housewives of New York season premiere drew 1.2 million total viewers, also a 22% climb. Jimmy Kimmel addressed the viral video of Dennis Quaid having a meltdown on the set following internet speculation that it was a stunt for Jimmy Kimmel Live. On Tuesday's show, the ABC late night host said, I watched it a bunch of times last night, and when I woke up this morning, I was being blamed for it, in response to numerous reports that he had orchestrated the stunt. As the Rap previously reported, a 43-second YouTube clip, which appears to have been shot on a cell phone, captured Quaid verbally flipping out on the, quote, the most unprofessional set he's ever been on. There was growing speculation on Tuesday that the incident was a hoax set up by Kimmel, similar to the worst twerk fail ever, Girls Catches on Fire, video that went viral in 2013 and was later revealed to be a skit for the show. The woman who caught fire was later identified as a stunt woman. Quaid, who's 61, is no stranger to on-camera hijinks, either having pranked unexpected people several times during appearances on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. The day after Tomorrow Stars representatives declined to comment on the video, a representative for Mythology Entertainment, the production company behind his latest project, Truth, told the Rap that it did not take place on the set of their film, which wrapped production last year. Quaid will also be appearing in a 1-hour scripted drama for Crackle, which was announced Tuesday at the Sony-owned channel's upfront presentation in New York, but that is not yet in production. It's officially game over for Aaron Hernandez. The 25-year-old NFL star has been convicted of first-degree murder. Sentencing is expected shortly on Wednesday morning. The judge is currently meeting with the jury, who found that the now former footballer acted with extreme atrocity or cruelty. The charge carries an automatic penalty of life without parole. Jury deliberations in the murder trial began on April 7th. The case stems from the June 2013 killing of Odin Lloyd, who was dating the sister of Hernandez's fiancée. Lloyd's body was found in an industrial park not far from Hernandez's home in Massachusetts. Hernandez showed little to no emotion when the decision was handed down by the jury foreperson. His fiancée and mother broke into tears when the conviction came down. The current convict was formerly a tight end on the New England Patriots. Hernandez still faces a second trial later this year in Boston, where he was charged with shooting 2 men to death outside a nightclub. Director Joss Whedon in Lionsgate has been slapped with a $10 million lawsuit by a writer who claims that the 2012 film The Cabin in the Woods was ripped straight from the pages of his book. In the lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court in California on Monday, Peter Gallagher claims that the horror film and his book are virtually identical in numerous respects. Gallagher claims that he published The Little White Trip, A Night in the Pines in 2006 and registered the book with the Writers Guild of America the following year. According to the lawsuit, Gallagher published 2 runs of the book totaling 7,500 copies and hawked them in areas including Santa Monica, California, the Venice Beach Boardwalk, and the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The similarities between Gallagher's book and the film are myriad, the suit claims. The complaint claims comparing the books to the films, the pilot stories, characters, sequence of events, themes, dialogues, and incidents portrayed in the 2 works are fictional, and in many respects, the elements in the 2 works are virtually identical. Among the alleged similarities that the suit claims, like the book Cabin in the Woods tells the story of 5 friends, 3 guys and 2 girls between the ages of 17 and 22, who take a trip to a remote cabin in the woods. The cabin previously inhabitants were murdered by the father of the family, who returns to terrorize the group of friends. And in the end, it reveals that the friends are being filmed and manipulated by persons behind the scenes, though becoming inadvertent characters in a real-life horror show for the enjoyment of others. Gallagher even says that the 2 main female characters in his book are named Julie and Dura, whereas in the film they're named Jules and Dana. In addition to Whedon, Lionsgate Entertainment and Lionsgate Films, Drew Goddard, who directed the film and co-wrote with Whedon, are named in the suit. A spokesman for Lionsgate has no comment on the lawsuit. A representative for Whedon has not yet responded to the rap's request for comments. Alleging copyright infringement, Gallagher says that the damages equals or exceeds $10 million. The Sopranos creator David Chase gave a shot-by-shot breakdown of the now infamous final scene of his New Jersey Mafia saga in a recent interview. In an article published by DGA Quarterly, Chase said that the music for the scene, Journey's Don't Stop Believing, was meant to reflect part of Tony Soprano's past. Chase said, "Tony's flipping through the jukebox. It's almost like the soundtrack of his life. No matter what song we pick, I wanted it to be a song that would have been from Tony's high school years or his youth. That's what he would have played." While Chase did not directly address whether the man in the members-only jacket was a rival gangster coming to kill Tony, he did say that the audience was meant to feel Tony's paranoia. He said he can never be sure that any enemy is completely gone. He always has to have eyes behind his back. And the cut to black, Chase played coy there as well, but he did say he stood more of a chance of getting shot by a rival gang mob than you or I do because he put himself in that situation. All I know is the end is coming for all of us. Chase finished by saying that the point of the scene was much more directed than people think. He said, "That's what I want people to believe, that life ends and death comes, but don't stop believing." The Sopranos aired for 6 seasons on HBO from 1999 to 2007. After the finale, Chase has remained very tight-lipped about the final scene's meaning, though many believe that it signifies Tony being killed by a rival. After 6 seasons airing on FX, the Justified series finale on Tuesday was bittersweet for many fans. While 2 characters were literally killed off in the last ever episode, the drama bowed out gracefully overall, with Deputy U.S. Marshal Raylan, played by Timothy Olyphant, choosing to arrest Nemesis Boyd Crawler, played by Walton Goggins, rather than shooting him. And the conclusion seems to please even most the avid viewers. One fan wrote on Twitter, "Anyone that hasn't watched Justified has missed out on one of the best shows in the past decade." Another tweet said, "Thank you at Justified FX. Amazing all the way through. Modern Western giant. Appointment TV in this age. Tough to do. You will be missed." And while he couldn't reveal how things went down in the finale, actor Patton Oswalt, who played Constable Bond Sweeney, warned, "They do go hard, and they do go permanent." Based on Elmore Leonard's short story Fire in the Hole, the FX series has been nominated for 8 Emmy Awards since it premiered in March 2010. Canadian director Paul Allman died on Thursday in Beverly Hills following complications from a recent heart attack, his son said according to the New York Times. He was 83. Allman was best known for directing 7 Up in 1964. The television film that examines the lives of a group of British children became the basis of the documentary series that has since followed them into middle age. Although 7 Up is most closely associated with Michael Apted, who directed all but the inaugural installment, Allman helped conceive the film, which first aired in the UK on ITV and featured interviews with 7-year-olds from a wide range of social backgrounds. Apted continued to check in with the subjects as they grew up, and the latest installment, 56 Up, was released in 2012. Allman also directed a mystical trilogy of films, Isabel in 1968, Act of the Heart in 1970, and Journey in 1972, that starred his second wife, Genevieve Bujold. The couple divorced in 1973. Other directorial work included Macbeth in 1961 for Canadian television, starring a young Sean Connery, and episodes of Alfred Hitchcock's Presents. Allman is survived by his wife Joan, his son Matthew, 3 stepsons, Trey, Tim, and Chris Ekins, a stepdaughter, Tracy Ekins, and 8 grandchildren. Just a little over 3 years, Justin Bieber made a music video to Carly Rae Jepsen's Call Me Maybe along with Selena Gomez and Ashley Tisdale. Now with Jepsen's new singer I Really Like You recently released, Bieber gathered a new group of Hollywood friends for another lip-sync session. Bieber and Jepsen's music careers were both launched by manager Scooter Braun. Ariana Grande, her brother Frankie Grande, Rixton, Lance Bass, Empire star Brashear Gray, aka Yaz the Greatest, Bieber's dad Jeremy, friends Ryan Butler and Alfredo Flores, singer CL, social media superstar Matthew Espinoza, designer Jeremy Scott, and Voices contender Kimberly Nicole all make a cameo in the video. The video, published on Tuesday, is already going viral on YouTube with over 700,000 viewings as of this posting. Or report. The clip arrives on the heels of Bieber threatening legal action against TMZ after the site published a report claiming that the pop star was kicked out of a party at the Coachella Music Festival. It was just 2 weeks that Bieber was the target of Comedy Central's most recent roast that scored the network's 3rd highest ratings ever in the series. Grande is currently touring the United States on her honeymoon tour. Kung Fu Panda 3 is on the move again. DreamWorks Animation and distributor 20th Century Fox have shifted the 3D sequel up 2 months to January 29, 2016 from March 18, 2016. The 3rd installment in the Powerhouse Family franchise was originally set for release on December 23rd of this year, but was pushed after the release of Star Wars The Force Awakens, which is set for December 18th, 1 week earlier. Sony's The Fifth Wave, starring Chloe Grace Moretz, and The Finest Hours, a Coast Guard drama starring Chris Penn from Disney, will be the competition on the new date for Kung Fu Panda 3. The first 2 Kung Fu Panda movies together earned nearly $1.3 billion in global grosses. Jack Black will be back to voice Panda Poe, and Rebel Wilson, Bryan Cranston, and Seth Rogen will chime in as well. DreamWorks Animation has struggled in recent years and is in the midst of a massive restructuring. It has received a boost from its latest release, Home, the tale of a friendly alien invader featuring the voices of Rihanna, Jennifer Lopez, and Jim Parsons. Has taken in nearly $130 million domestically and $243 million worldwide. Jeremy Clarkson was officially fired from BBC's Top Gear last month, but fans of the hit series are still showing their die-hard support of him. Following reports that Sue Perkins will be replacing Clarkson on the show, the Great British Bake Off host has quit Twitter after receiving multiple death threats. The threats include someone who suggested they'd like to see me burned to death, while her timeline, quote, has been full of blokes wishing me dead, Perkins tweeted before she announced that she was, quote, off Twitter for a bit. This morning, someone suggested they'd like to see me burned to death, Sue Perkins tweeted. Clarkson was officially fired by the BBC on March 25th. The ruling came after the Top Gear host was the subject of an internal investigation following an assault last month where he got into a fracas with one of the show's producers over the lack of hot food after filming. While the future of the show is still uncertain, Perkins says on Twitter that the suggestion she is taking the Top Gear job was an, quote, utterly fabricated story. She was initially tipped as the favorite to take over Clarkson's role, but has since slipped behind another British TV talent, Dermot O'Leary, and is currently in the lead, followed by Philip Glenister and Jodie Kidd, according to bookmakers Ladbrokes reported BBC News. Perkins is not the first person associated with the hit series to be targeted by disgruntled fans. BBC Director General Tony Hall received death threats shortly after he made the decision to drop Clarkson from Top Gear, one of the most popular television shows in the world. Metropolitan Police told CNN in a statement on March 29, police in Westminster are investigating an allegation of threats to kill. In his job-ending altercation, Clarkson, who's 54, spent 20 minutes verbally abusing producer Oslin Timon before launching a 30-second physical assault on him. The incident was considered to be the final straw for the longtime host, who is infamous for his politically incorrect remarks. Other controversies that have occurred over the years include making homophobic jokes, making a mock Nazi salute while talking about German cars, joking about lorry drivers murdering prostitutes, making fun of the Indian culture, and describing a Ferrari F430 as a special needs car. The outspoken host has already received a final warning from the BBC for using a racist slur during filming last year. Since the series launched in the UK in 2002, Top Gear has grown from a straightforward show about cars into a global hit, watched by 250 million viewers in 170 countries. The publisher of Guitar Hero is ready for a comeback tour. Activision Blizzard Inc. announced plans Tuesday to resurrect the once popular video game franchise, which involved players rhythmically tapping guitar-shaped controllers along to music. The new entry scheduled for release this fall is titled Guitar Hero Live and introduces a redesigned guitar, live-action actors, and an online music video network to the series. Jamie Jackson, creative director at Guitar Hero Live, developer Freestyle Games, said we would bring it back when we got true innovation. He has previously worked on Sing Party and the DJ Hero series. He also added, "We wouldn't have come back if we didn't think we were giving you a new experience. We generally feel like we've nailed it with innovation." Guitar Hero Live will cast players as an up-and-coming guitarist in a fictitious band. Instead of playing along with computer-generated characters on screen, wannabe rockers will see a first-person view of their bandmates and audiences played by human actors. The virtual crowd will boo or cheer players on, depending if they're hitting the right notes. "We want you to feel like a rock star again," said Jackson. "We want you to put you on stage, whether it's in front of 100 people, 1,000 people, or 100,000 people. We want you to experience what it feels like to perform on stage. That's why we've turned the cameras around and made it first person. As we were working on this, we actually code-named it Stage Fright." Despite featuring music from such artists as the Rolling Stones, Ed Sheeran, and Green Day, Guitar Hero Live will forego digital likeness of real musicians in favor of actors portraying phony band members. Jackson declined to specify why the game's made-up acts would sound just like real-world bands like the Black Keys, Fall Out Boy, and the Killers. Sam Smith, Nick Jonas, and Hozier are the latest additions to the lineup of performers at the 2015 Billboard Music Awards, Dick Clark Productions and Billboard said Tuesday. Smith is a finalist in 13 categories at this year's Billboard Music Awards after releasing his debut studio album, In the Lonely Hour, last June. The album reached number 2 on the Billboard 200 albums charts and spawned 3 top 10 hit singles on the Hot 100 singles chart: Stay With Me, Lay Me Down, and I'm Not the Only One. Meanwhile, Jonas scored a top 10 hit of his own with Jealous from his 2014 self-titled studio set. The former Jonas Brother member is currently enjoying another chart run-up with a follow-up hit, Chains, which has peaked at number 13 on the Hot 100 so far. Finally, Hozier scored a big, huge breakthrough with his Take Me to Church, which spent multiple weeks at number 2 on the Hot 100 charts and helped his 2014 self-titled album peak at number 2 on the Billboard 200 albums charts. Hozier has delivered show-stopping performances on Saturday Night Live and Coachella, where he was joined last week by Esty Haim for a special collaboration. Smith, Jonas, and Hozier joined previous announced performers Fall Out Boy featuring Wiz Khalifa, Ludacris and Chrissy Teigen will be hosting the ceremony, and more performers will be announced in the coming weeks. The Billboard Music Awards will air live from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas on Sunday, May 17th from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC. Taylor Swift leads all finalists, which were announced last week, with 14 entries in 13 categories. Jake Gyllenhaal has signed on to play Seymour the Love Learn working at the Skid Row florist store at the center of Little Shop of Horrors. Special event concert staging, which runs for just 3 performances, July 1st and 2nd, is part of the New York City Center Encore's off-season series, devoted to rediscovering off-Broadway musicals. Gyllenhaal will play opposite Elaine Greene, who played Seymour's beloved Audrey, a role she originated off-Broadway in 1982 and then reprised in Los Angeles, London, and in 1986 film directed by Frank Oz. Also starring in the City Center staging is Saturday Night Live regular Taran Killam as Audrey's bad news boyfriend Oren Cervello, a sadistic dentist with a talent for causing things pain. This show will also feature Chuck Cooper as the voice of the man-eating alien planet Audrey II, with Marva Hicks, Ramona Keller, and Tracy Nicole Chapman as Crystal, Ronette, and Chiffon, the girl group Greek Chorus. Adapted from Roger Corman's 1960 low-budget sci-fi horror comedy, the cult classic musical has a score by Alan Menken and book and lyrics by Howard Ashman. The City Center staging will be directed by Dick Scanlon, with choreography by Patricia Wilcox. Gyllenhaal made his Broadway debut earlier this season, starring opposite Ruth Wilson in the acclaimed production of the Brit dramatist Nick Payne's Constellations. Both Gyllenhaal and Keelan will make their music theater debut with this production. And that's your entertainment report for Wednesday, April 15th, 2015. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook or on Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. Or on Twitter @The Enter Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of the show just on iHeartRadio. Just search for The Entertainment Report and it'll take you to the page. Have a great day, everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.